Hello everyone! Welcome back to Simple English Talks. I'm so happy you're joining us today. Whether you're listening on your way to work, at home, or on a lunch break, we're really glad you're here with us.
Hey there, great to see you all again. I'm doing really well today, thank you. I actually had a really busy morning at work, so I'm happy to sit down and talk English with everyone right now.
Ha! I know that feeling. I had a ton of emails waiting for me this morning. You know, that actually connects perfectly to what we're talking about today. Office life, right?
Exactly. And speaking of office life, today's topic is daily office English conversations. We're going to help you speak confidently and naturally at work in English.
That's right. By the end of this episode, you'll know how to greet your coworkers, talk about your work, ask for help politely, and even handle small talk at the office, all in natural, everyday English.
And here's a question for you before we start. Do you use English at work? Maybe just a little? Or do you want to use more? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear about your situation.
Yes, please share. And while you're down there, hit that like button and subscribe to Simple English Talks so you never miss an episode. We post new lessons every week to help you sound more natural in English.
Okay, let's get started. We're going to begin with the basics. How to greet people and start your workday in English. This is something you'll use every single day.
All right, let's talk about something you do every morning. Walking into the office and saying hello. It sounds simple, but there are so many natural ways to do it in English, and a lot of learners aren't sure which one to use.
That's so true. So the most basic structure is really simple. You just say, "Good morning," or "Hey, how are you?" or "How's it going?" These are all completely normal. Let me give you some examples.
Perfect. Let me give you a few natural ones. You walk in and see a coworker. You can say, "Good morning. How was your weekend?" Or maybe, "Hey Sarah, how are you doing today?" Or even just, "Morning, busy day ahead?"
I love those. And you know what's really common in an office? The reply doesn't have to be long. If someone says, "How are you?" you can just say, "Good, thanks. You?" Or, "Not bad. How about you?" Short and natural. Exactly. Now, what about when you arrive a little late? This happens to everyone. You don't need to say a big sorry every time. You can say, "Sorry I'm a little late. Traffic was terrible." Or, "Good morning, everyone. I got stuck on the subway."
Right, and those phrases sound real. They sound like something an actual native speaker would say. Can you try one right now? Pause the video and say to yourself, "Good morning. How was your weekend?" Go ahead, we'll wait.
Now let's talk about the negative form here. Sometimes you feel tired or stressed. It's fine to be honest but still polite. Instead of, "I feel terrible," you can say, "I'm a little tired today, honestly." Or, "It's been a long week already," and then laugh a little.
Yes, that's so natural. And can you think of how you greet your coworkers in your language? Now, can you say the same thing in English? Try it. Write your greeting in the comments below. We want to read them.
So, to practice this, try greeting someone in English tomorrow morning. Even if it's just, "Good morning," that's a great start. Every small step counts.
Great job, everyone! In this section, we learned basic morning greetings, how to reply naturally, what to say if you're late, and how to express how you're feeling in a polite, friendly way. Now let's move on to talking about your actual work.
Okay, so now you've said good morning and settled in. The next thing that happens in any office is people start talking about work. You need to explain what you're doing, ask questions, and sometimes ask for help. Let's look at how to do all of that.
Right, And this is where a lot of learners feel nervous. They worry they'll say something wrong or sound strange. But the phrases are actually quite simple. For example, to say what you're working on, you can say, I'm working on the report right now, or I'm finishing up the presentation.
And to ask a coworker what they're doing, you can say, what are you working on? Or, are you busy right now? Or, do you have a minute? These are super common in any English-speaking office.
Oh, do you have a minute? Is such a useful phrase. You're not asking for a lot of their time, you're being polite. And there's a formal version too. In a more professional setting, you might say, would you have a few minutes to discuss something? See how it's a little longer and softer?
Let me show you the difference. Informal. Hey, do you have a minute? I need help with something. More formal. Excuse me, would you have a moment? I have a quick question about the project. Both work, it just depends.
Now, asking for help. This is so important. First, don't be afraid to ask. Second, be specific about what you need. Third, always say thank you. For example, could you help me with this? Or, I'm not sure how to do this. Can you show me? These are both polite and natural.
And here's a mini practice. Imagine you don't understand a task your boss gave you. What do you say? You could say, I'm sorry, could you explain that again? Or, just to make sure I understand, you want me to do X, right? Try saying one of those out loud right now.
That's perfect. And write your example in the comments. We love seeing your practice sentences. In this section, we covered how to talk about your work, ask if someone is free, and how to ask for help, both formally and informally.
Now for our third section, small talk and meetings. Small talk is those little conversations you have with coworkers that aren't really about work, like talking about the weather, the weekend, or what you had for lunch. It feels small, but it's actually really important for building good relationships at work.
It really is. And small talk in English is not complicated. The key is just to keep it light and friendly. Common topics include the weather, weekend plans, sports, food, or TV shows. For example, did you catch the game last night? Or, are you doing anything fun this weekend?
And if someone asks you, you don't need a perfect answer. Just be natural. Not much, just relaxing at home, is a perfectly great answer. Or, I'm planning to visit my family. Simple, friendly, done.
Now let's talk about meetings. This is where many learners feel the most nervous about English at work. But there are a few key phrases that will really help you. To agree with someone, you can say, that's a great point, or I agree with that. To add your idea, say, I'd like to add something, or can I just say something quickly?
And what if you don't understand something in the meeting? Just say, I'm sorry, could you say that again? Or, could you clarify what you mean by that? Nobody will think less of you. Actually, asking good questions makes you look more professional, not less.
That's such a good point. Also, for tone, in small talk, be relaxed and smiley. In meetings, be clear and confident. Even if you're nervous, speak slowly and clearly. That goes a long way.
Let's do a quick practice. Imagine you're in a meeting and your boss says something you didn't hear clearly. What do you say? Try this. Sorry, could you repeat that? I didn't quite catch it. Say it out loud. It's a great phrase to have ready.
And for small talk, try this tomorrow. When you see a coworker, say, "Hey, how was your evening?" Or, "Any big plans for the weekend?" Just one question. That's all you need to start a friendly conversation. You can do it.
You're doing great, everyone. Small talk builds trust, and meetings are just conversations. Remember that. You don't need perfect English. You just need to communicate clearly.
Perfect. So in this section, we covered small talk topics and phrases, how to participate in meetings, how to ask for clarification, and how to match your tone to the situation. Really great stuff.
Okay, now it's time for one of our favorite parts, common mistakes. And don't worry, we've both made these mistakes too. Learning a language means making mistakes, and that's honestly how you get better. Let's look at 4 really common ones in office English.
Mistake number 1, saying, "I am agree." This is a very common error. The correct form is "I agree." You don't need am here. Agree is a verb, not an adjective. So incorrect, "I am agree with you." Correct, "I agree with you." Easy fix.
Mistake number 2, using "Can you explain me this?" The correct form is, "Can you explain this to me?" In English, explain needs the word to before the person. Incorrect. "Can you explain me the process?" Correct. "Can you explain the process to me?" This one trips up a lot of learners.
Mistake number 3, saying, "I will do it until Friday." When you mean a deadline, you should say by Friday, not until Friday. Until means continuously up to a time. By means before or at a deadline. Incorrect. "I'll finish the report until Friday." Correct. "I'll finish the report by Friday."
Ha! I actually made that mistake myself when I was learning. It makes complete sense why people say it, but now you know the difference. Mistake number 4, saying, "Can I speak to my boss?" when you mean, "Can I speak with my boss?" Both are okay, actually, but "speak with" sounds a little more natural and equal. "Speak to" can sometimes sound like it's one-directional.
Great examples. Now let's practice. For each mistake, say the correct version out loud. Ready? Number 1. Don't say, "I am agree." Say. Number 2. Don't say, "Explain me this." Say. You know the answers. Write them in the comments and check your own understanding. And remember, making mistakes doesn't mean you're bad at English. It just means you're still learning. Even native speakers make grammar mistakes. The goal is to communicate, not to be perfect.
Exactly. Every mistake you make is a step forward. You noticed it, you learned the right form, and now you'll remember it. That's real progress. Don't be embarrassed. Be proud that you're trying.
All right, it's time for our interactive practice. I'm going to give you some situations, and for each one, there are 2 choices. You pick the one that sounds more correct and natural. Ready? Let's go.
Situation 1. You arrive at the office in the morning. Do you say A, "I am good morning," or B, "Good morning, how are you today?" The answer is B, of course. Good morning is a greeting, not something you are.
Situation 2. Your coworker is busy. You want to ask a quick question. Do you say A, "Do you have a minute?" or B, Give me your time now. The answer is A. Do you have a minute is polite and natural. Option B sounds quite rude.
Situation 3. You missed what your boss said in the meeting. Do you say A. What? Say again? Or B. I'm sorry, could you repeat that? The answer is B. It's polite and professional. Option A is too abrupt for an office setting.
Situation 4. You need help with a document. Do you say A. Can you help me with this, please? Or B. You must help me with this. A is correct. Adding can you and please makes it a polite request. Option B sounds like a demand.
Situation 5. It's Friday afternoon. You want to wish a coworker a good weekend. Do you say A. Have a good weekend, or B. Good luck for the weekend? A is the natural choice. We don't usually say good luck for the weekend. That sounds a little odd.
How did you do? If you got all 5 right, amazing work. If you missed 1 or 2, that's totally okay. Now you know the correct versions. Try making your own sentences using these patterns and drop them in the comments.
Yes, the most important thing isn't being perfect. It's being understood. Natural English doesn't have to be complicated. Say it simply, say it clearly, say it confidently. That's what really counts in a real office conversation.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. Wow, we covered a lot today, didn't we? I feel like we just had a whole English office day together, from morning greetings to meetings to common mistakes. I really hope this helps you feel more confident at work.
It really was a full lesson. Let's quickly go over the 3 main things we learned today. Number 1, how to greet your coworkers naturally in the morning and start conversations. Number 2, how to talk about your work and ask for help politely. Number 3, how to do small talk and handle yourself in a meeting.
All 3 of these are things you can use immediately, like tomorrow at work. You don't have to wait until your English is perfect. Just try 1 new phrase each day. That's how language learning really happens, 1 small step at a time.
Here's a little question for you to think about. Which part of office English do you find the most difficult? Is it small talk? Meetings? Asking for help? Let us know in the comments. Your answer might inspire our next episode topic.
And if you found today's episode useful, please give it a like. It really helps our channel grow so we can keep making free English lessons for you. Share it with a friend who wants to improve their work English too. And of course, subscribe to Simple English Talks if you haven't already.
You're doing so well by being here and practicing your English. Learning a language is not easy, and we know that. But every single minute you spend listening, speaking, and practicing is making you better. We are so proud of you for showing up today.
Keep going, keep practicing, and remember, you don't need perfect English. You just need brave English. Speak up, try your best, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's what language learning is all about.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us at Simple English Talks. We'll see you in the next lesson with more practical, easy, and fun English. Until then, keep speaking, keep smiling, and see you next time.